Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys seen my video the other day where I used bleach with sublimation on a colored t-shirt, you already knew I was going to try it out with the Infusible Ink. Cricut has designed this new product, which is Cricut Infusible Ink. It's very similar to the way that sublimation works, except for you don't have to have that really big printer. You just got to buy these transfer sheets that are around $12.99. The box of Cricut Infusible Ink I used today was this right here. So this is Shaylee, and I used the black and this color right here. So I've designed this out in Cricut Design Space. I will share that file down below. It's completely free if you're an Access member. These were files that were already in Cricut, and I sliced sunflower in half, and then this little quote here was already there, and I kind of shrunk it up a little bit. That way they went next to each other. Now, the shirt that we're using today is color, and it's going to be the same that I used on the other ones. It's the Gildan Soft Style. I'll have them linked down below. Gildan Soft Style, and they are 65% poly and 35% cotton. So you really want a high poly count when it comes to this. These shirts have worked out really well with sublimation, so we're going to try it today with the Infusible Ink. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to use the big 12x10 Cricut Easy Press 2 today. It's at 350 for 60 seconds. Temp down a little bit because when you're working with cotton you can scorch it, so that's why we're doing the 350 for 60 seconds. So let's go ahead and prep our area. So I've already got these weeded out and they're mirrored and ready to go. We need our big mat down here on the bottom. Scoot this back a little bit. So we need our big mat down on the bottom. You're going to need a piece of parchment paper down on the bottom. I buy this in a really big roll from Heat Press Nation, so I'll have it linked down below. But if you purchase the box, Cricut does, they do supply pieces of butcher paper. So like this one right here is a 4 count. It comes with 4 sheets, 1, 2, 3, 4. It comes with 4 sheets of the butcher paper. So it does come with all 4 sheets. If it's a box of 2, it's going to come with 2. So you're going to need one of those. I've already got one on the bottom. This is going to protect our mat. We need a piece of white cardstock to go inside our t-shirt, so I'm going to go ahead and get that going now. This is going to protect the back side just in case any ink goes through. So I'm going to slide this in, and we're going to scoot this up in just a second. So you want to take your lint roller. You do not want to skip this step, and you want to lint roll the front of your t-shirt. I go ahead and just cover the entire thing because you definitely want to get bigger than an area than your heat press. So you want to go ahead and do that now. Thing, we want to pre-press our shirt, so you want to put down your butcher paper first. This is going to protect your shirt. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-press. My temp's not all the way up there, but I'm going to go ahead and pre-press at this point. Alright, so now that we've got that, I'm going to move this. You want to let your shirt completely cool back down, because if you try to put your design on here now, you have a chance of the ink coming out and starting to work with the heat, and you may mess that up and have an image where you don't want it. Alright, so once again, I've talked about using the Cricut ruler. It is the 3x18, and I do it in this direction because it has these lines here. The 9-inch mark is the middle. It perfectly comes 3 inches down. I get it right here at the top. I just get it even. I can check my armpit here and see the lines, making sure those are even, and then I'm just working from this area here. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and lay these down, and they're going to go right next to each other. Today we're going to use some heat resistant tape because these kind of want to move a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and get them taped down. So now I've got that moved up where we can see what we're doing. We're going to quickly go through here. My camera's going to die, so I'm trying to work quick. Alright, so I want to work and see where I'm at. Go ahead and get this down. Alright, so say that looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and tape these down just so they're going to stay still. I may move my ruler. I'm going to cover this up with my butcher paper. I want to make sure this is on the mat. So everything's on the mat. It's covered with my butcher paper. And now we're going to press 350 for 60 seconds, light pressure. Just making sure everything's covered, and hit go. Alright, we're going to slowly lift that up. We're going to slowly move our butcher paper. And this is a warm pill, so I'm going to let it set for just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it up at this point. Just like that. Alright, super cute. So you could leave it on the shirt just like this. I think it looks really cute. You can still see it enough. Now this may fade out just a tiny bit in the wash. You've seen the results on the other one. It may be a minute because of the 35% cotton that it's not going to cling to, but a majority of this is going to stay. But let's try the bleach effect. I love this, so I'll probably remake this shirt. I definitely want to try to repress infusible ink. I haven't tried that like I've done with the sublimation. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to try to repress this again later. Actually, we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to leave this one like this so we can wash it by itself without the bleach. So let's go ahead and do it one more time, but this one we're going to bleach. Butcher paper. I've always said parchment paper. They're basically probably nothing the same, but I call them, so if you hear me say parchment paper, it's butcher paper. Alright, we're going to go ahead and peel it up at this point. Alright, so you can see how light the flower came in. I think the black did really well. It's definitely lighter. Let me bring in the shirt. So this is the first one right here. It's a lot darker than this side. So I don't really recommend, I mean, if you want like a vintage worn out look, it's going to be fine, but I wouldn't recommend it because look at the bright colors the first time. Let me switch it real quick. Hold on. All right, hopefully you guys can see this. All right, this is the first press. This is the second press. So I really don't recommend it. I don't think it worked out very great that way. So really just do the one press unless you like this worn down effect. So what we're going to do now, it does work on colored t-shirts, and I'm going to wash both of these so we can see how well it'll hold up in the wash. Let's go ahead and take this outside and bleach this one and kind of see how that effect's going to look. And then, like I said, I'll throw these in the wash and we'll come back and talk about the final results. Here we are with the Cricut Infusible Ink t-shirt. So this is going to be the same thing as like the sublimation t-shirts with bleach, except for this is the Cricut Infusible Ink. Now, this is the second time we press this one. The other one we're just going to leave on the colored t-shirt and wash it as normal, but this one we're going to bleach and give it a worn out effect and see how it looks. All right, so first thing you want to do, refer back to my first video if you need to, because it's basically going to be the same situation, but you want to make sure this is going to be super flat. Now if you want some really cool effects, you could take and kind of wrinkle them up here and there. You can get some really cool effects. Okay, so but all we're going to be doing is I'm going to be creating this vintage look. So I'm going to be spraying here, kind of creating some splatters here and there. So I'll first start with my splatters, and all you need to do is unscrew your cap and you're going to get like these blobs. So watch this. So you see how I get like a blob like that? So I'm going to get more of a little spots like that. Now I did not put a bag underneath, but if you refer to my first video, you can put a bag in between this so that way you don't get nothing on the back, but I don't, and you'll see how the back looks whenever we get done. Now to kind of get like some little spritzins, I kind of do this and shake. You see, and I'm getting some look like that. So I'm just kind of getting that look stuff going on first. Trying to get some splatters up there on my sleeves. So I've kind of got some splatters. So this is what I have so far. See how fast it starts to bleach? It's a really cool, once again, this is 65-35. So you see those really cool spots like that? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work from here, kind of splattering out a little bit. So with it kind of twisted in, it's more of a mist. So I'm just going to kind of lightly mist going around. So you can do as much or as little as you want to get different effects, and you can kind of start slower, and that's what I'm going to do with this one, and then add more as I want to. So it's going to be like a more faded out look. So I'm kind of lightly, you can see how light I'm kind of spraying that. All right, So let's kind of let that do its thing so you can kind of see this wet area here. Everything else is kind of just more got this crazy bleach looking. So we're just going to kind of let it do its magic and kind of watch it. Now what's really cool with sublimation, and it looks like infusible ink's going to work the same way, is it will not bleach out. So wherever the infusible ink is, so this stuff will not bleach. So this stuff right here, the infusible ink, is not going to bleach where the shirt will. But look how cool that's looking. So like I said, you can do your designs however you want to. Refer to my other video to see how I kind of did those. I do not recommend 50-50. Let me show you why. I sprayed this again. I've sprayed it like 5 times. I've already done it and then washed it. And it first started out this dark color here. My dogs are fighting. Hey guys, hello. Let's work together. All it did was this. It just turned out to be a really hot mess. I do not recommend the 50-50. I do for sublimation like on the white, but don't do it with the color. All right, so you can see where this is going. Look at how cool that is, just kind of a really light. So if I wanted to be super white, I would leave it and let it continue to bake in the sun and then take it in and wash it out. But I kind of really like the way they turn out like this. Let me show you what the back's looking like so far. It looks like this. You can see the splatter marks. You can see some dirt as well. But you see them blobs? It looks cool. So I'm really excited. So here in a little bit, I will shut this down. As soon as you're done with this, and if you're working on more shirts, I recommend having like either like an ice, especially with it hot outside, guys. Heat's gonna intensify the bleach, so you don't wanna do that. You want like a tote of ice water in there, and you can be diving these in your ice water to stop that bleach process while you're working on the next shirts. So have you a bunch of them laid out on your cement and getting them done at one time. And like I said, throw them in those as soon as you get it to where you want it to be to stop that bleach. Get it in some cold water. So what I do is I have like my towels ready to go in the washer, or have the washer empty. As soon as I get inside, I put them right into the wash and they're ready to go. I'm gonna stop it right here and shut it down, get it in the wash. I'll meet you guys back in the craft room. Got the results in. We bleached this one we did not, and I washed it though. This has been washed, and you can see nothing has washed out. I already knew this because this is similar to sublimation, and the ink becomes one with a shirt and it will never wash out, never fade. Now, this was a 65% poly, 35% cotton, so whatever was on the cotton is going to wash away because it will not stick, but whatever stuck to the poly will stay. And as you can see, with these results, I mean, it didn't fade a bit. Look at that on a colored t-shirt. How pretty is that? And then you can see how that black looks. I'm going to bring that up so you guys can see. And this shirt says, the influence of a good teacher can never be erased. It's super cute. But I love how bright and vibrant these colors came out. Super cute. Once again, these shirts right here, and I'll have it linked down below to where I buy these from. They're about $2 and something each. They are the Gildan Soft Style. They are 65% poly, 35% cotton. But make sure when you're going through and purchasing these, whatever color you're choosing, make sure it says heather. So it says graphite heathered or coral heathered. It has to say heathered with it, or it's not going to be that 65. It'll be like 50%. So make sure it says heathered. And heathered is where it kind of looks like this. Instead of like a solid color, it has this really cool look to it. So this is just where we applied it on a color. You'd want to do it on like these lighter colors here. And it looks good. So just leaving it like that, love it. Been washed, didn't come out. And you'll wash it again and again and again. One that I bleached out there, I love how it came out. You can make these shirts however you want to with the design. If you sprayed just a tiny bit of bleach, it would just be a little bit, and did a few dots here and there, you could totally switch up the look. But I love the way this one came out. It's kind of hard to get the whole thing in here. But this did not fade at all. So this image here, the reason why it's lighter than the first, if you remember, this is the second time that we had pressed it. So we used that same image and pressed it for the second time. Now, had I just pressed this image right here and bleached this shirt, it would be this bright. So the first time I pressed it, if that makes sense, it would be this bright on here. But since I did the second one, gave it like this washed out instead of throwing it away, I got another really cool effect. Infusible ink will not bleach out. So when you bleach your shirt, this is not going to bleach out and it's not going to wash out. This is the exact same shirt. It was the exact same color. And we just bleached this one. So let's go ahead and look at it and see how cool it came out. Look at all these different splatters. And it's pretty cool because you can see where the tag was sitting. But I really love the way that this one came out. I'll kind of scoot up the bottom so you can see it a little bit here. This is how the bottom came out. Now check out the back. Now, I didn't put a plastic bag in here. If you go back to my first video, if you don't want nothing on the back, you simply just put a trash bag on the inside all the way up, and it's going to protect it so nothing can get on the back. We did that with my daughter's shirt, and I don't like that. She loves it. But I don't like just the plain back because then the front's bleached. But if you want something like that, put a trash bag in between. Works great. So much is going to go through. And I didn't spray any extra bleach on this. This is just from the front. But look, when we did those spray lines, this is how that came out. It's really cool. And I love like these big bleach spots up here at the top. But it really came out super cool. But that's the shirt. So there's your final results. So play with your infusible ink. You can bleach it on these shirts. Once again, I'm going to have the site that I buy it from. I'm not affiliated, but I love them. Number one, I can purchase it. Let's say, okay, today's Friday. I did this last Friday. If I purchased, because I bought these last Friday. If I purchase these on a Friday, I'll have them on a Monday. If I purchase these on Monday, I'd have them Tuesday. Like, I always have them the next day. And they're based out of Texas, so they're not too close to me. And I always have them like that. So now it may take an extra day with you. I don't know. Just depending on how busy they are. But literally, I have them the next day. I absolutely love them. Recommend them. And I always look around and I can usually find a coupon code. Or I hit their chat button and I'll ask them if they currently have one. And they usually give me an extra 5%. So they're really good. But these shirts are $2. And I think it's like free shipping after like $50. I just do that every time. And I get a ton of shirts. Let me go ahead and bring in a few colors so you can see. Bring my my paper out here that says what colors these are, so I can't really tell you. Got this one right here, which is kind of like this pink. Sure, they say heathered, so they're going to be like this look right here. So I got this pink. I got this coral. Once again, they're about $2 and something each. Say $2.26, $2.40. This coral's really pretty. So if you're looking at the heathered coral. This purple here, I don't remember, like I said, what the name of it is, but I don't think it's just purple. I love it. It's super cute. And what I did, I buy 2 of each one. And I get them in mediums because my girls. Now this one right here, I accidentally ordered 4 of them. And they're large because for me, I just needed 1. So I was ordering 2 of. But I accidentally, I guess, clicked it. I ordered 4 of them. So I'm like, ugh. So I'll put some of these down at my booth. But I love this color. And I tried to cancel. But once you make your order, they're literally getting ready to ship it out right away. So you can't cancel. So pay attention. Love this color. The same one that I did with the sublimation, that color. And this is what it came out. So if you do one like this, this is how it would look. Now this is with regular sublimation. That's how this color would look. Super cool, right? I've already showed you this color, which is like a blue, or this may be like that graphite. And then this green here. I don't remember if this was the hunter green or forest green, or if this is the military green. So these are all like lighter tones, and they're going to show up on there. This one's a little bit darker, so it's going to show up a little bit darker than this. It's going to work on all of these here. So I just wanted to show you really quick. These are super soft shirts. They're awesome. I haven't even showed you. This has got like that stretch to it. But they're really soft material. Love it. Alright, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.